Yield 5 minutes to Representative Crane from Arizona.
Thank you, Ms. Chairwoman, for holding this important hearing on cybersecurity, information technology, and government innovation. President Trump has only been back in office for 43 days, and border encounters are down 66% compared with the beginning of 2024. In February, we saw 8,326 border encounters. That number reached 189,913 in February of last year under Biden. Last week, single-day border apprehensions hit a 15-year low. President Trump and our new leadership at the Homeland Security Department are equipping Border Patrol agents and law enforcement to do their jobs. We were told by so many people on the right and the left just last year that the solution to our border crisis was a bipartisan border deal. Biden and border czar Kamala Harris blamed Congress for continued border failures. Meanwhile, President Trump restored order and security almost immediately. I next want to take an opportunity to correct the record real quick. My colleague, Ms. Brown, said that she was talking about the cruel way that the president talks about immigrants. I'm pretty sure, Ms. Chairwoman, the president actually married an immigrant. I don't think he has a problem with immigrants at all. What I think he has a problem with is this last administration that threw the border completely wide open, let in between 10 and 15 million illegals, and some of them, unfortunately, raped and murdered many Americans, and that's what he really has a problem with. He also has a problem with U.S. taxpayers having to fit the bill for all of it. I recently spoke to a DA from Pinal County in my district who told me his police officers still have very little information when they arrest illegal aliens on their status or backgrounds due to poor vetting and lack of biometrics. Mr. Gilmore, how would some of these technology tools we're not currently using enable Border Patrol officials to stop the flow of illegal aliens while also assisting our law enforcement officers?
I don't know that some of the technology, such as the Eddy machine, is necessarily going to stop illegal crossings. If you have somebody determined enough to come across, they're going to find a way to come across. But what that technology does, whether it's the Eddy device, whether it's facial pattern matching technology, it helps us to rapidly identify individuals and identify where they might be on a threat matrix. Are they a known or suspected gang member? Are they on the terrorism watch list, for instance? Are they a person who is already potentially the subject of an investigation by HSI or another federal law enforcement agency? Being able to rapidly identify, that information, that biometric information, which it's difficult to get biometrics to lie. A person can tell us a story, give us a wrong name all day long, but I can tell you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Putting an Eddy in front of somebody gets them to identify very quickly.
Great. Let's talk about some other technologies then. Not only did the Biden administration stop building the wall, but isn't it true that they also refused to put up key technology components like sensors, lighting that was already purchased on border wall system? Mr. Fabricator.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. I've been down at the border about 8 times since I retired in 2022. Got to speak to a lot of Border Patrol agents. Cameras are down on the border. The technology for sensors has not been improved, and I heard many complaints from Border Patrol agents.
Is it true that the Biden administration also banned the use of DNA testing so that agents could no longer know if children belonged to the adults they were with or if they were being trafficked, Mr. Fabricator?
Unfortunately, that is very true. When the Biden administration first came into office, they had stopped the DNA testing that President Trump had put into play in his first term, which kept us from being able to verify whether children actually belong with the adults that they were traveling with.
Thank you. Ms. Fleischaker, you focused a lot on the decrease in outputs under this administration. You cited in your testimony that Axios reported yesterday the removals and arrests during the Trump administration are lower than the daily averages in fiscal year 24, and then you go on to give some statistics. But isn't it true, ma'am, that some of the data going down might have something to do with the fact that the flow of illegals trying to come into the country is down as well?
I can only go by, I'm not in the administration, I can only go by what's reported.
But do you know that the flow is down because people now know that that our border is secure?
Very quickly.
I would state that the flow has been decreasing for a number of months.
Thank you. I yield back.
Thank you. I'll now.